Well, it seems Palworld is a very expensive game to run. We're going to look into the pitfalls that they're starting to run into that might actually bankrupt this company. Now, before I get completely into the video, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun things that YouTube likes. I'm also doing my own Palworld playthrough on this channel, which we have been live streaming. But this next week, I am away, so you guys get to see some vlog activities probably later this week. Anyway, Palworld servers cost nearly $500,000 per month as the network engineer is ordered to never let the service go down no matter what. This is the problem with live service games, is you've got to put in a lot of money and a lot of value into the servers and have stuff constantly running. And this is why you see with like World of Warcraft and many other games out there where you can buy cosmetics and a subscription-based model, because the amount of money behind this. Now, first thing I'm going to say, if you are playing Palworld and you're looking at playing on a server that's public, I would actually suggest that you start looking at getting a group of friends and setting up your own dedicated server, because that is something that will get away from this type of thing. Much like Minecraft in that sense. They have Minecraft realms, but dedicated servers are where it is. If you look at Hermitcraft, if you look at the Aesthetic Crafts server that I've played on this channel, those are all dedicated servers, and Palworld can be done the exact same way. Gives you more control as the server admin than always having to listen and placate to the public discourse that is out there on these servers. Wait, maybe we'll go bankrupt from the service fees, joke the PocketPair CEO. This is no laughing matter, really. Monster collecting survival game Palworld has amassed an astonishing 19 million players, 12 million sales on Steam, 7 million people playing on Game Pass. It's absolutely fantastic to see this game doing this, but it comes at a cost of $475,000 USD to run these servers right now, and that's going to be a big hurdle. If these servers get much more bigger, this cost, it goes up. At the $30 price point for this game, you're getting a huge bang for your buck in that sense. However, things won't always be able to stay that way. Either we're going to see a little bit of tapering off. Last I saw was there was 1.2 million concurrent players from the 2 million. So you're going to see a taper off on the concurrent players, which will ease this burden up a little bit, but it's going to cause more issues down the line. I wouldn't worry too much. PocketPair says it sold about 12 million copies of Palworld on Steam. A $30 each puts Palworld gross revenue at approximately $360 million so far. So they've got a lot of money that they can sit there and throw at this right now, but overall, that will not sustain the game in the long run. Steam's revenue cut is 30 to 20% after certain threshold, but the sake of argument, let's give Steam the flat 30 of that 360, which gives PocketPair 252 million before expenses. 6 million a year in server costs doesn't quite look unattainable next to that number. However, once you own the game, buy the game, play the game, that's it. They've got no other revenue coming into that. So it's going to be what sustainability can cause from this. Following the order to never let the service go down no matter what, we have prepared servers without regard to cost, says Palworld network engineer Kujo Haruto. In an English response to Mazobi's post, we will continue to give our all to ensure that our players can enjoy it to its fullest. Palworld currently isn't going to keep selling over 12 million copies a month, no way. And unlike online games which justify the high upkeep, ongoing development costs with premium cosmetics, seasonal moneymakers like battle passes, Palworld contains no microtransactions at this moment. And you've got the tweet here of them talking about it. Out of curiosity, I plugged Palworld Steam concurrency figures It peaked at over 2 million last on a pricing calculator for Amazon's game hosting service. It was easy to come up with figures in excess of $1 million per month, depending on variables like numbers of game sessions per instance. I'm a little astounded by Palworld and whoever is paying $500,000 a month to handle its phenomenal success so smoothly. And that's the thing. You see this with a lot of games out there where they just taper off because you can't have the proper experience for it. And like I said earlier on here, at some point, you're going to see the sales start to wane. And once it crests that point, which we have to be at that point right now, you're going to see the sales start coming down, and then something like this won't be sustainable in the future. Right now, they've made a buttload of money so they can throw the money back in it quite easily for the next year and say the game's going to be great for a year. But they're going to have to look at other things. Now, other things they can do is paid DLC. Your downloadable content for a live service game like this would make things a lot more accessible, and you would see a lot more people jump on that. But then you have to implement that. And when you're running a live service game with 2 different systems in it and having to put a DLC where certain areas gets cut off for those that haven't paid, it's a lot more difficult. Honestly, they should just start looking at cosmetics and possible mod packs or something where you can adjust the way the creatures look, give them different skins, and the such. Number of people playing Palworld at the same time will surely settle into a lower number as the year progresses, reducing costs, although PocketPair does plan to increase the co-op player limit, which will have the opposite effect. So right now, I think the servers max out at like 64 players, and they're going to up that in the long run, and that's going to put on more problem onto these servers. World of Warcraft was one of those games. I'm going to call back to World of Warcraft because I played it from the day one of World of Warcraft. I had friends that were part of the beta, and it was a very different telling. At certain points, you have server queues. That's another thing they can add in there as a server queue. World of Warcraft, though, has always had that price point to be able to play the game, and with that subscription model, they were able to push forward that style of live service game. Without a subscription model for Palworld, they are very limited at what they can do, and, you know, right now they're okay, but in the near future, they may be looking at a bankruptcy if they continue just throwing money at this. You got to start looking at the finer details at this point. Right now, I would say Palworld, continue doing what you're doing. Continue doing your updates. The roadmap that you put out there is going to help everyone understand that it'll come out very soon. But as an early access game, there's a lot behind this and a lot of things that need to fall into place at this point for this game to continue its dominance in the gaming market. Anyway, I'm been your proud Canadian Phoenix, Cindershadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.